Deep within the labyrinthine heart of the Amazon, a legend slithers through the shadows of both water and myth. For centuries, tales have been whispered of colossal serpents, giants that defy belief, ruling the remote waterways far from human eyes. These stories, often dismissed as folklore or exaggeration, have fueled the imaginations of explorers and scientists alike. But what if the legends were true? What if a creature of truly monstrous proportions was waiting to be found, not in the pages of a storybook, but coiled in the muddy shallows of a forgotten river? We are about to journey into this enigmatic world, to expose a discovery that blurs the line between myth and reality, revealing a living titan that could rewrite our understanding of one of the planet's most iconic predators. This is the Amazon rainforest, an ecosystem of staggering complexity and scale. It is a world that still holds profound secrets. For a team of researchers, the goal was to peel back one of those layers of secrecy. The mission, part of a National Geographic expedition, was ambitious: to penetrate the remote territories of the Waorani people in the Ecuadorian Amazon, a region known as the Bameno region, in search of the legendary giant Anaconda. The team, led by scientists and accompanied by a film crew, understood that this journey was impossible without a key alliance. They were not just entering a jungle, they were entering a home, a sacred land protected and understood by its ancestral guardians. The success of this entire endeavor hinged on the knowledge of the Waorani hunters. For generations, they have lived in harmony with this forest, their survival and culture inextricably linked to the creatures within it. They see the Anaconda, or Akaima in their language, not as a monster to be feared, but as a powerful, spiritual being, a vital part of their world. Their understanding of the river's moods, the snake's habits, and the forest's subtle cues is a form of science passed down through millennia. It was this ancient wisdom that would guide the expedition. The Waorani agreed to lead the scientists into their most sacred waters, a place where they knew the giants dwelled. For 10 days, the team paddled through this ethereal landscape. The air was thick with humidity, the sounds of the jungle a constant, overwhelming symphony. Led by the Waorani, they navigated downriver, their senses on high alert. The guides would point to subtle signs, a broken branch, a faint trail in the mud, whispering that they were getting closer. The tension was palpable. Every shadow in the water, every rustle in the undergrowth could be it. Then the moment came. The lead guide raised a hand, silencing the paddles. There, in the shallows, barely distinguishable from the riverbed, was a shape of impossible size. It was a living, breathing behemoth. The sight was breathtaking, stunning the seasoned researchers into silence. This was no ordinary anaconda. Its sheer bulk was staggering, its girth the width of a truck tire. The creature lay placidly in the murky water, a coiled mass of muscle and primordial power. This was the beast of legend, made real. The team knew this was a critical moment, not just for the expedition, but for science. Documenting this animal was paramount. With practiced calm, they began their work, their movements slow and deliberate to avoid startling the colossal reptile. Every detail had to be captured, every measurement taken with precision. Measuring a creature of this size and power is a delicate and dangerous operation. The team had to get close, entering the snake's personal space. One female they encountered was carefully measured. The tape stretched on, finally stopping at an incredible 6.3 meters, or nearly 21 feet long. And this, the Waorani guides insisted, was not even one of the largest. They spoke of seeing others that dwarfed this one, snakes exceeding 7.5 meters, almost 25 feet, and weighing an estimated 500 kilograms, or 100 pounds. These accounts, once easy to dismiss, now carried the weight of undeniable truth. The team meticulously recorded the data, their hands shaking slightly, not from fear, but from the sheer magnitude of their discovery. But the true shock wasn't just its size. The real revelation was hidden within its DNA. For years, science recognized only one species of green anaconda, Eunectes murinus. But the researchers had a hunch that the snakes in this northern region were different. They had collected tissue and blood samples, and back in the lab, genetic analysis began. The results were astounding. The DNA of this northern population showed a staggering 5.5% divergence from the southern green anacondas found elsewhere in the Amazon basin. To put that number in perspective, the genetic difference between humans and our closest living relatives, chimpanzees, is only about 2%. A 5.5% divergence is a massive genetic chasm. It indicated that these two anaconda populations had been separated for nearly 10 million years, evolving on entirely separate paths, despite looking nearly identical to the untrained eye. This was not just a new population. This was an entirely new species. In honor of the Waorani people's reverence for the snake, the scientists named it the northern green anaconda, Akayima, the Waorani word for anaconda. It was a formal acknowledgement that this animal had been known and respected here long before science ever arrived. As an apex predator, is the undisputed king of its aquatic domain. It is a master of ambush, capable of taking down large prey like capybaras, caimans, and even deer that venture too close to the water's edge. Its immense size and power mean it has no natural enemies. The discovery of this new species highlights its critical role as an indicator species. The health of these giant snakes is a direct reflection of the health of the entire ecosystem. A thriving anaconda population means the rivers are clean, the food web is intact, and the delicate balance of the rainforest is maintained. If the anacondas are in trouble, it is a warning sign that their entire world is under threat, and that warning is flashing red. The excitement of this monumental discovery is tempered by a grave and urgent concern. The Amazon, including the sacred territory of the Waorani, is facing an onslaught of environmental threats. Decades of oil drilling have left a toxic legacy. Spills, both frequent and catastrophic, leach heavy metals like cadmium and lead into the very waterways these giants call home. These toxins accumulate in the food chain, concentrating in apex predators like the anaconda. Scientists are now racing to understand how this pollution is affecting the snake's reproductive health and long-term survival. The very species that science has just met could be on a path to extinction. For the Waorani people, this threat is not an abstract scientific problem. It is an existential crisis. The anaconda is woven into the fabric of their cosmology. They believe they share a common ancestor with the great snake, and its well-being is directly tied to their own. The pollution of their rivers is a desecration of their sacred home and a poisoning of their spiritual kin. They have been fighting for decades to protect their land from deforestation, mining, and oil extraction. The scientific confirmation of as a unique and vulnerable species provides a powerful new weapon in their fight, bringing global attention to a struggle that has long been waged in the shadows. The discovery of the northern green anaconda is a profound reminder that our planet is still full of wonders waiting to be found. It validates ancient indigenous knowledge and underscores the irreplaceable value of these cultural traditions in our quest to understand the natural world. But it is also a call to action. How many other undiscovered species are vanishing before we even have a chance to know them? The legends of the Amazon spoke of a giant snake, and science has now confirmed it. But the Waorani stories speak of even larger ones. Could an even bigger anaconda, a true titan of the jungle, still be hiding in the deepest, most inaccessible corners of the Amazon? The question hangs in the humid air, a tantalizing mystery. The answer may depend on whether we can protect this fragile world before its greatest secrets and its greatest inhabitants are lost forever.